Okay, we're good to go. Hello, how are you? My name is Matthew. You are in the moment, 10 o'clock, late night as the wind howls down Barrington and across the Maritimes on this Friday night, 19th day of December 2025. Just going to be in here real quick. Meant to do a show last night, but everything that I am about to talk about is relevant, just carried over 24 hours. So let's get into it. It's been a few days since I've been in here. I believe it was last Thursday, the 10th of December, was the last time I did a show. So just in here briefly, just to let you know what's going on in my life. Maybe it's relatable to you, but I am going to talk about the unhoused and just the incredible interactions that I've had, thanks in part to hugs and their care packages. So, and I'm going to talk about that in a couple of moments. But I said a few weeks ago that I would try and do a live show whenever the weather was nasty. And I think we can all agree the weather is a bit nasty. There's been a special weather statement in place for several days now. Currently, rain coming down sideways. It's about 12 degrees. I think we can expect the brunt of this storm to maybe ease up in 5 or 6 hours. The rain will ease up. The wind up to 100K. I know that was in the forecast here on the coast. Could be a little different depending on where you are, but dangerous conditions out there this evening. I know that there are lots of people, hundreds of people who are outside this evening. Perhaps if they are lucky enough to be inside of a tent covered in a lot of tarps. But if you spring a leak inside your home, when things get wet, I just cannot imagine what people have been going through, not just in this moment this evening, but the buildup to this storm. And I know the province and service providers, they have all put a statement out here a couple of days ago, letting people know where to go in this event if you didn't want to literally ride out the storm at one of the two remaining encampments, that you could go seek shelter elsewhere. So it would be interesting to find out how many people actually pick up on that. So yes, the weather is bad. It's going to be bad for the next several hours. Looking ahead to tomorrow morning, just the temperature is going to plummet real quick. Like I said, right now here just outside of the city of Halifax, it's plus 12. That was observed at the airport within the last 60 minutes. But by sunrise tomorrow morning, the temperature will be down to like 2 degrees. So there is the possibility of thunder showers this evening. I love thunder showers. It's very unusual, I guess, to have thunder showers in late fall, early winter. But I have seen some thunder and lightning storms in the middle of January when I was living back in New Brunswick, and that certainly makes you go to any window just to say what exactly is going on. Okay, enough about the weather. I just want to give a shout out to everyone at Hugs, Hearts United in Giving Society. Lynn and Rebecca started this. They, every couple of months, well, they're always seeking donations, and every couple of months they get a hold of me. They drop off just these unbelievable care packages. And over the last couple of weeks, Jen and I have been handing those out. I work in the city, so I take the bus. I may get on the bus and go to the south end and walk back through the city. And I could do that every day. I could give out half a dozen care packages every single day in the Halifax Regional Municipality, just here on the peninsula, and probably give a package to a different face. I know I could give a package to a different needy face every single day. So where have I dropped off these packages? In my walks. Lots of people on Gottingen, Quinpool, intersections, Gottingen and North, the Cogswell area, Quinpool and Roby, Spring Garden Road, Lower Water Street, on the bus, at the library. So we have distributed Argyle Street, So we have distributed those 30 packages all over the peninsula, and I look forward to doing that again in the new year. Keeping with that, I did see a post from Hugs where they received a donation of socks. I believe it was 5 boxes of socks. If I can just put out my advice, my 2 cents, and I only say this because I've heard it from those that are actually experiencing being outside, and they need proper socks. So with a sock donation, if you are getting ready to donate, uh, wool socks will always be preferable, and just white socks, white wool socks. And the only reason that we try and stay away from the colored socks, it's the dye in the socks. When the socks get wet, that dye could bleach into the skin, into open wounds, into sores that are on the feet of the individuals that we're trying to help. So I've heard it many times from every unhoused person that I've talked to. They prefer wool socks, and just to be on the safe side, if those socks can be white in color, that would just be greatly appreciated. So if you're donating anything to anyone else outside of your own comfort zone or of your own circle of friends, you are a good person. You are a good person. And keeping with care packages, tomorrow morning I will be speaking with Jennifer Cameron, who is a resident of Kentville, Nova Scotia. They are in the process of collecting donations and sending out care packages to the unhoused in Kentville. I believe Jennifer has come close a couple of times to being unhoused. So they are giving back. So I'll be speaking with Jennifer tomorrow morning. That will be a recorded phone conversation. You can hear the entire conversation on Sunday morning at 10 o'clock with a repeat at 6 on Folked Up Radio. And that radio station is based out of Perth, Andover, New Brunswick. I'll put a link up. So if you want to listen to it in real time, old school radio live, I'll put a link up, but it's folkedupradio.com. I look forward to speaking with Jennifer tomorrow. Keeping with Truth from the Booth, you may know that last Sunday I had a very lengthy, revealing conversation with Robin Tupy. Robin sent me some messages just a couple of nights ago on Wednesday night, informing me that because of the social media exposure that they have gotten over multiple shows, first time on the radio, we've done many live streams, but someone heard this broadcast, someone heard Robin's story, and decided that it was time to put Robin in 4 walls. So I can tell you that as of Wednesday night, I'm not going to reveal where Robin is. It's no one's business where they are. But as of Wednesday night, Robin is safe, secure, in a dignified living space. So just hats off to everyone working behind the scenes to make that happen. I haven't heard from Robin since Wednesday night, so no news is good news. That's what I like to say. I had a really interesting experience on just yesterday, actually. I was walking into the city, left a little bit early. I wanted to take advantage of the sunshine that was out there yesterday. Walking down Agrigula Street, and there was a gentleman who I've had conversations with before. I've told you about this gentleman. I just learned his name yesterday. His name is Daryl. And I've told you about Daryl. I've seen him multiple times. Jen and I have had conversations with him. We've given him like Gatorade and some snacks before when we've seen him sitting outside different establishments up here in the North End. So I saw him yesterday, and I had a few care packages with me and my intention when I saw him was I always ask, I say, listen, I was gifted some gifts. Would you be willing to accept it? They either say yes or they say no. I've had 30 yeses. So that's why they're all gone. So anyway, real quick, he recognizes me from earlier this summer. I think I gave him like an ice cold Gatorade on a hot July afternoon. And I know that he paints. I've seen him walking great distances with like one canvas, trying to sell that painting to make some money so we can probably just get something to eat. So he's sitting outside this establishment on Agrigula yesterday afternoon, and he's got this basket, this empty basket on the sidewalk next to him. And I walked up and I said, "Oh, your basket is empty. Can I put a gift in for you?" And he's like, "Oh, I painted that. That's one of my pieces. I'm trying to sell it." And I said, "Oh, okay." So anyway, he's trying to sell this piece. So I take out this gift, and of course he accepts it. And then he thinks, you know what? I've already got a roof over my head. I have everything that I need, but I know someone who could use this. So can I give it to him? Absolutely. Absolutely. So we're having this brief conversation. I'm getting to know his name. And before I leave, here comes this other gentleman, a complete stranger to me. I don't know this gentleman, but he's walking towards Daryl, and he has half a dozen blank paint canvases in a paper bag, or in a plastic see-through bag, for Daryl for Christmas. Like, it was just the timing of me being there. Daryl was just like, he didn't know what to do. He was just getting gifts from, a complete stranger. Thanks to, Lynn and Rebecca and everyone who's a part of Hugs. And then this, like I said, this gentleman, he knew Daryl, which was why he was giving Daryl 6 blank paint canvases. It was just really something remarkable to see. Sometimes it's in the right place at the right time. Wrapping this up real quick here, 12 minutes after 10, as the storm continues. Christmas stuff. Where are you with your Christmas stuff? We pretty much have all of our Christmas decorations up. I think Jen and I are going to go out tomorrow, brave the crowds, pick up what we need for Christmas Eve night and Christmas Day. A few snacks, just the family here on Christmas Eve. I'm taking Christmas Eve day off, Christmas Day off, back to work on Boxing Day. Christmas morning, bacon and eggs, cinnamon buns, juice, just Christmas music. Christmas music's been on here for like a month, so just really excellent, relaxed holiday vibe here in this household. I hope your holidays are going okay. I see lots of posts from people that I've graduated with. Their kids are home from college. And I think one of my most favorite lines from the parents, especially the moms out there, you see a picture of them with their kids who have just gotten back from university, and they're saying, okay, Christmas can officially begin. The kids are home. So just wonderful to see. One final thing. This is something I like to do from time to time. I'll just quickly go through Facebook, maybe before a show, and if there's some stories that catch my eye, just kind of save them, and I'll talk about them later. So this little segment here, as I close it off, it's just called Saved, and everything that I'm about to talk about, I'll put up in the comment section, and you can just kind of check it out for yourself. Just some fun stuff. I thought this was kind of interesting here. I read yesterday that the longest covered bridge in the world, which just happens to be in Heartland, New Brunswick, home of McCain Fries. Thank you very much. No, sorry, McCain's are in Florenceville. Yeah, maybe they're all conglomerated now, but you kind of get the idea. Famous for potatoes. Yes, the longest covered bridge in the world will be closed to vehicle traffic. It will be open to pedestrian traffic, and that closure is happening on, it's happening soon, but it's going until the middle of June. I want to say maybe the middle of January to the middle of June, but there's like 5 or 6 months where that bridge will not be open to any type of vehicle. So that will definitely put some delays in people's morning commute. Just, I know there's a bridge further up the road, like the highway bridge, but yeah, definitely an inconvenience. A shout out to everyone on Prince Edward Island at the Village. And I'm going to put the story up here, and I'm just going to give this name here, Andrea Donaldson. Andrea Donaldson and her family have been doing something for the unhoused on Prince Edward Island for the last 7 years. You can get all the details when I put that story up in the comment section of this show right here. Big shout out finally to the Christmas carolers. I remember years ago, I think it may have been part of church or youth group, but I do remember going out Christmas caroling with a church group, my own church group. But have you ever been a part of going out and caroling, just going to strangers' homes at the doorstep, singing Christmas carols? Because there is a group here in the North End that was doing that. So I just want to give a shout out to anyone who is spreading Christmas cheer. Okay, one final thing, two things. This was on the Facebook page, Ask Nova Scotia. This was a story here. This family was looking for help. They recently moved to BC, had stuff here in storage, got behind on fees, and everything in that storage went to auction, and someone bought it. So they were quite upset that there were some real personal effects in this storage container. Get all the details. Like I said, it was just one of those stories. I just really felt bad for this couple, because I know when we moved here, we left all of our stuff in British Columbia, and we paid for our stuff to stay in storage for 4 years. Like, it was a ridiculous amount of money that we paid for our stuff just to have it safe. It's now here, but that story just I really felt bad that they just got behind on their payments. Obviously lost contact with the company that was looking after their stuff, and it just went to auction, like storage wars. Like, anyway, kind of weird. One final thing, and this is something that I proposed that should have happened in the fall of 2023 when we were at Grand Parade Square. We already had those red tents, and then they decided that they were going to open up the forum that is still open for the shelter, and we were just asking them to take the tents and put them inside of the forum, so everyone had their own space inside of a much larger space. But the issue, I believe, it had something to do with the fire marshal stepped in and put a big hose on that one. But the reason I say that, and I'm going to share this story, and you can maybe do a little bit more research, but it seems that what I just told you is happening in Minneapolis. They are putting tiny homes inside of large auditoriums. So just think of the tiny home community that's in Sackville, and just putting that under a much larger dome, and maybe you could have several of those tiny home communities under one large roof. Anyway, that's what they're doing in Minneapolis with tiny homes. So I had suggested doing something similar a couple of years ago. So I had my time. Okay, that's all I got. 18 minutes after 10 on a Friday night, as we the last weekend before. Wow, this is the last weekend of fall. I believe at 11:03 or 11:08 on Sunday, the 21st, is the winter solstice, which is the shortest day of the year, which the day after that, the days get longer. So yeah, it's been a wild fall. And when I see the cold snaps that we've had and the snow that we've had, and now we're getting this above seasonal temperatures and the precipitation and the wind, it is very, very accurate to the Farmer's Almanac that I did some research. I just pulled up some information like a month ago, and the Farmer's Almanac for December has been pretty spot on. Okay, 19 minutes. I'm going to get out of here under 20. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe. Thanks again to Hugs and the gift and the care packages. You've really allowed me to have some great conversations, and just, I want to let people know that the people still care, and that they're not forgotten. And again, thank you to everyone that's making donations and just helping out those that just need a hand up, not a handout. Okay, have a good night. My name is Matthew. You are currently caught up in the moment.